Good morning, everybody. It is a nice foggy Friday morning, and I am going to take this opportunity to get some stuff done. One of my projects for next year is to move my corn and my pumpkin crops back there instead of over in the other garden, because it was just such a tangle, so hard to get through, that I decided I'd be better off if I moved them. So that's what I'm working on over the next couple of months, is getting a piece of the pasture ready for corn and pumpkins. And I've already got it fenced off from before, so all I need to put on there is a gate if I bring in more livestock to protect the crops. So I started by applying a layer of wood ash, and now I'm going to put down a layer of cardboard. So before I put down cardboard, I always tear off all the tape, because you don't want tape in your food. So I've gotten most of it. I've got a couple more pieces to get off here. And you definitely want to remove that. And I also don't use any shiny cardboard in my gardens. I might use it in a path, but I don't use it in my gardens. So it's looking pretty good. I've gotten all the tape off. I'm using cardboard that doesn't have any shiny surfaces or colored ink printed on it. And I'm just going to put it down back there. This is layer 2 in the garden. So now I've got most of a layer of cardboard in place for maybe a decent size, roughly 6 by 10 bed. I ran out of cardboard for the end there, but that's going to be okay. So what I'm going to do now is, ideally if it was in the spring and I had my hose, I would soak it, but most of it is already damp. The one piece was under a tree and just didn't get wet, but the rest of it's pretty damp. And I'm just going to go right over top with a layer. I mucked out my one barn, so I'm going to be throwing that over top now. I don't know if you can see, but I have restarted the food forest over here. So this is a little red bud. He's just a little twig, but he is important for nitrogen fixing properties. I'm going to bring in 2 crab apples and probably a couple of dogwoods. So it's going to be more of a native forest for chickens when it's established, instead of a food forest for me, because that is still over in my other garden. Now, besides the red bud, I also have elderberries here. I actually have too many, I think. So I've got 1 there and then 4 here. They were in such terrible shape when I got them. I was positive they wouldn't survive, so planted them pretty close. I'll take probably every other one out and just have a couple, but these will be great for chickens to hide under. They can have plenty of shelter, and also chickens eat some of the dropped berries at times. So these are going to be also part of this little food forest I've got going here. So as you can hear, the rain is coming down, so I'm going to have to wrap up. But I just wanted to encourage you, if you've been thinking to garden, you absolutely can start a garden in December, January. As soon as it's warm enough, 40, 50 degrees, go out, put down some cardboard, put down a few layers of material, whatever you have. If you have leftover straw bales from Halloween decorating, if you have compost, if you have material you've cleaned out of goat or chicken yards, put it down, let it rot all winter. Leaves, grass clippings, just put some layers, and in the spring you'll have a decent spot to garden. If it's not decomposed enough in the spring, add a layer of finished compost on top and just let the rest of it continue decaying. It really works. I did it last year with that whole other garden and started this one this winter. So I encourage you to start growing somehow, some way. If it's an arrow garden in your house, if it's with a Kratky method with a ball jar, if it's on your patio, it's so much fun to grow your own food. And now that it is just really starting to come down, I'm going to hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.